This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. The term flexibility of language describes its ability to respond to new conditions and satisfy the existing demands. Besides, native speakers could be considered the main contributors to the creation of new forms and meanings. Being the leading agents who speak the language and affect its further evolution and alteration, they are legally entitled to the introduction of new forms into the language. Thus, language is an ever-changing phenomenon that is impacted by the environment. The great pace of life introduces the tendency towards new short forms and shifts of meanings of various parts of speech. For instance, native speakers could easily change the existing rules to introduce new meanings or emphasize a specific part of a sentence. Furthermore, their flexibility concedes significant alterations of rules that determine the functioning of the language. Altogether, native speakers' flexibility conditions the appearance of the new forms and promotes the evolution of the language, which is crucial for its survival and existence. Examples of language flexibility. Speaking about the flexibility of language, it is possible to provide numerous examples that evidence the existence of some forms and meanings of the same word. Yet, one accepts the fact that representatives of various communities and locations have different peculiarities of pronunciation, speech tempo, accent, etc. However, considering these differences in terms of language flexibility, it is possible to admit the fact that people from various regions might introduce absolutely opposite meanings to the same words. For instance, central regions tend to verbalize any part of the word to introduce some additional meaning or emphasize the existing one. A noun party could be used as the verb meaning to have a party, etc. Furthermore, there are various approaches to adverbs used in the flow of speech. People from different regions might use any part of speech to introduce a new meaning. That is why it is possible to state the existence of various forms conditioned by the peculiarities of a particular location. Conclusion. Altogether, speaking about the term flexibility in terms of the English language, there are several important concerns. First, the existence of new forms results from the ever-changing character of language and the tremendous impact of the modern environment. The appearance of the new forms tends to provide native speakers with the means to express their feelings. Additionally, there are numerous peculiarities of the language that come from regional characteristics and peculiarities of local speech. Flexibility should be considered the most essential aspect of the modern language that guarantees its ability to describe the modern world and fit the most frequent contexts. At the same time, the flexibility of native speakers comes from the unique character of the English language, which allows the usage of any part of speech in absolutely any context. If you want to find more works like this essay on language flexibility in education, head over to ivypanda.com. It has a collection of free samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects. No registration required to access it.